Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't asked why I'm convinced. Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everyone. Just looking at the statistics here. We are finally live. I always get a little bit paranoid when things don't work out. What's going on? Like, who knows? But eventually we got there in the end. Phew! Getting a sweat on. Persistence overcomes resistance. That is what they say. Just saw we had one person watching us. Now it's back to 0. So I'm talking on my Todd again. That is fine by me. Just tell you what, just we're here, we'll just go over the statistics, quick check up our health on the system. So we have Bitcoin with 1.5% of the hash rate, Bcrash with 1.6, and Coolcoin with 96.7. Always a little bit disappointed when that's above 95%, but not to worry, we know it's coming. It looks like the nodes on the network did actually go up to over 3% recently. Now they're back down to 2.7. Bcrash still with 10.9. Just goes to show how small the nodes are on the network. Look, they've got 10.9% of the nodes and 1.6% of the hash rate. And yet Bitcoin has got only 2.7% of the nodes and yet almost the equivalent hash rate. Oh, Diddy's in the house. Thanks for joining us, Diddy. I can see you in there. Merci beaucoup. Transactions, that's where the value is. So still Bitcoin smashing it out of the park, and we haven't even started yet. Not even a smidgen, really. 18 months, what was it, like November 15th, 2018 it was, Oh my goodness, so I mean, look at what has happened in all that time. This is the real Bitcoin that we are on, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. It is 35,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin because it is an electronic peer-to-peer cash system. Yes, indeed it is. Bcrash has gone badly wrong. They think theirs is a drug system. Afraid not. Not really bothered about buying drugs. Not really into that crap. I want money. I want business. I want economic prosperity for one and all. I don't want people smoking crack in their own homes, producing crack babies. That's not my scene. Thank you very much, Roger. Go and do one. Let's have a quick look here at the rest of the charts. There's the mining that I want to see. A few more colours on there. Binance macking it hard now with 18.75. What was the profitability that we just looked at? So they're still macking it with 18% of the hash rate, and yet it's almost 10% more profitable to mine on Corecoin. That piece of crap. So really what they should be doing is just simply mining on Corecoin and selling it for BSV if that's what they want it. But they can't do that because they'll be giving the game away. That's what they're doing. So yeah, they're the statistics. Now let's have a quick look over at the Twitter gossip. So if my memory serves me correct, I do believe that Tether has just minted another $1 billion worth of absolute crap that can be traded for crypto crap on the markets. Look at this. This was the whale alert. So this is 1,004,304,092 USD minted at the Tether Treasury. Absolutely outrageous. Magicked out of nowhere. Probably going to be pumped into the market. Okay, prices are going to go up. Prices are going to go down. You know, that is literally all that happens. It's an embarrassment. It's a shit show. But what can we say? We knew about this already. And we know what's coming. We're going to sort it out. We are like the white knight in shining armor. Yes, yes, indeed we are. It is BSV TV, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm your host, Toshi. Tune in and let's have some fun and games together, shall we? So, yeah, the topic of conversation I want to cover now is actually this one, and literally, this guy that she's interviewing is talking about the investors that Grayscale have got, and he's talking about investors as if they're kind of like almost like a secret club, almost as if they're sort of like Satoshi Nakamoto. Like, oh, you know, we've got investors that want this, and our investors are really smart, and our investors are asking questions, and our investors are wanting us to do this, and they're wanting exposure to crypto, blah 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 blah. What he really means is, like, you know, rather than using the term investor, because you think, oh, investor, high-powered individual. Really, we know that these investors are utterly clueless, and they're basically relying on people like this guy to do the research for them. They're just like, look, this is too complicated for us. We don't know where to start. Like, what can you tell us? And this guy is telling them a load of crap, because he doesn't understand what decentralization means. He doesn't understand the technicalities of decentralization or Bitcoin. Because no one talks about SegWit. It's the massive elephant in the room because they don't know what it is. You know, if something is controlled, if particularly money is controlled, it has no value in money whatsoever because, as CSW has said himself, you know, decentralization, a fixed protocol, takes away power. Control is completely the opposite. It puts people in power, which basically means you are now giving them control of your money. And as soon as money has any control, it has no value, which is why Craig and Calvin are maintaining the network to give it its maximum value. So they are maintaining a network that keeps everybody to account, that is truly decentralized, that no one can take control over, because that is where the value is. And on this topic, I actually just wanted to talk about micropayments on this particular show, because I was watching this and it got my brain ticking, you know, as it normally is, like, you know, thinking about Bitcoin, and it all comes down to micropayments, like owning your data. So just think about this for a second. If people are saying, oh, you know, we're not sure about paying for data, we're used to things being free. Well, as we all know, things are not free, because if you are storing your data on a corporate server, that corporate server owns your data 100%. And as we found out already, that corporation can just simply wipe your data on a whim if they feel as though they don't like it. No warning, no nothing. They have complete autonomy over it. So this is where micropayments come in. So if you say to somebody, all right, well, you now have to pay for your data. people are just like, well, I don't like the idea of that. Because as soon as you say pay, they think, oh, that sounds a bit expensive. But this is where micropayments come into it. Let's say if you can do a transaction which costs you 1,000th of a cent. Like, you know, 1,000th of a cent. So that means you have to do 1,000 transactions to have even spent a penny. Or a cent, actually, in this case. So, do you send 1,000 emails every day? Well, you know, I don't. You know, do you upload hundreds of pictures, like, every day? Like, no. So it's like this. So unless you're sending 1,000 emails every day, and if you're sending 1,000 emails every day, you are spamming people. There is no value in these emails whatsoever because you are clearly being reckless with them. It's just like a cut and paste jobby, you know. So let's go back to this. So let's say you were able to do 1,000 emails a day that you wanted to send, and each of those cost us 1,000th of a penny. That's 1p. So over the course of the year, spending a penny every day, that is £3.65. £3.65 for an entire year of 1,000 emails per day that now totally belong to you. So that's the way you've got to look at it. Micropayments, £3.65 a year. Would you pay that to have complete control of your data that is now absolutely immutable and you control? Well, when you put it like that, the answer is yeah. You know, would you want your precious family, photos and wedding videos and stuff like that on a corporate server? It's a one-off event. Would you mind paying a little bit more to get them put on the blockchain? Well, no, because they're yours. Would you rather have them on a blockchain and pay 20 quid to have them secured, or do you want to leave them on a corporate server and one day if you mention the C word, and the number by accident, or you say something against corporate or political narratives, suddenly they wipe your data indiscriminately. It doesn't matter if they're wedding photos and they're nothing to do with what you were talking about or what you made a comment about previously. It's just simply gone. That is it. This is the whole point of micropayments. You own your data. And it's kind of like, a gym membership costs like £12 a year. £12 a month even. Would you pay £12 a year to have all of your data 100% secured and owned by you? Well, the answer is yes. And the more and more people that use it, and the more and more people that start to value their own data, the cheaper it becomes. It is a phenomenal system. And the reason the cheaper it becomes is because that is what makes Bitcoin more valuable, and more people start using it as a medium of exchange. So with the payment processors, the miners, it all comes down to like speed, cost, and scale. So they want to speed it up. They want to reduce costs. They want to scale up so everyone can use it, because that is what makes Bitcoin, what they get paid in and use, more valuable. It is an absolutely phenomenal system. It is a phenomenal system. So that was really what was on my mind today, to be honest with you. I got yesterday's video loaded up on Streamanity. I put all the links down in the description. They're on there for a cent. You don't want to be too extravagant, obviously, so you can watch the full episode. So I think what I might start doing is maybe you lucky people who get to see these episodes live. As soon as I finish here, I'll probably put it on private. I might then edit it. And then put the full video on Streamanity and just leave the trailer on here, so it's just kind of like 10-12 minutes long,